Today, I'm going to review and compare two lifetime deals that can practically do the same thing. They can generate from a long clip a bunch of small clips that you can share on social media. Now, the idea is fantastic because it's going to save you a lot of time, because if you had to edit this on a video editor, it would take you a ton of time. Now, let's get to this right now. What's up, everyone? Let's dive into this comparison. We're going to compare Video Tap and Minvo. A Video Tap right now is on a lifetime deal, and you can go ahead and grab it right now, and you have a 60-day money-back guarantee in case you don't like it. Now, Minvo is not on a lifetime deal right now, but it might come back. And if you grabbed it in the past, you're probably undecided if you're going to skip Minvo and grab Video Tap, or grab both of them like I did, right? So I've tested both of these, and I've generated two clips. One is Video Tap and one is Minvo. Be aware that I've also opened up the settings for both of these videos that were rendered. Now, one of the things that really caught my eye with Video Tap is that the video download render is 720p, which is not ideal. I mean, we're not in the early 2000s. It's 2024 and we need 1080 and even 4K. So I hope one of these guys steps it up. And in terms of Minvo, it's 1080p, which is a bit better, but I wish it was 4K. Now, you can see here the file size is 17 megabytes for Video Tap and 32 megabytes for Minvo. So it's twice the bit rate here and the quality of the video. You kind of can notice it here on the face. See how it's a little bit more clear than it is over here. Now, both of these videos are going to be added at the end of this video. So if you want to play them one by one, go ahead and do so. I'm going to show you how I edit these videos and all the settings that both of these have, so you can decide which one you like the most. Now, in my personal perspective, I am more fond of Minvo because of the amount of options that I get with it. Let's start with Video Tap. So in this case, I grabbed a piece of the transcript and I generated this video. Same thing goes with Minvo. So I couldn't rely on the short clips that it generated for me. And right now, Video Tap is having a small issue here, and you can see it has a message. Not a big deal because both of these come with their bugs, okay? Which we'll talk about in a bit. Okay. So this is the video settings that you're going to get for this section. So you can see that we're going to have options, and I'll click play real quickly.
I used to love Blockbuster, and there were thousands of them all over the world.
Now be aware, there's something you have to know here. You either decide you want the full horizontal or vertical. And if you want vertical, it's going to have either the whole video like this or like that. Okay. Now, one thing I do like about Video Tap is that they add the blurred out or blackout in the background, which makes it really nice. On Minvo, it just turns black, okay? So you have one or the other, and what you could do is split the video for the sections that you do want it to look this way and you don't want it to look that way. Same thing goes with Minvo. It does it. It won't do it automatically. In my case, I think this is better because it would be cut off here. See how that looks? It doesn't say Blockbuster there. So in my case, I think having it landscape in this section is much better. Other settings that you have is the highlight style. You got highlight 1. Let me show you. Here we go. Highlight 1, highlight 2, which I like better because you could see how that word is more clear. And the highlight style 3, which doesn't have anything. It's just the words there. So in my case, I like highlight 2. Little customization there, right? Highlight color, you can select that there. So you can see this purple, we can change the color. Show the background, and in this case, you can show the background color if it's in the horizontal mode, okay? And the transition, you can use lift when it transitions from here. There's grow and rotate. The text size, text position, text style, no fonts, nothing fancy for text. That's all you get, okay? Your video portrait mode, so it's gonna be horizontal, traditional, like the one you're viewing right now, or the vertical mode, which is, I mean, in my case, I would grab this because I wanna use this in TikTok or story mode on YouTube, or the video shorts, or story mode on Instagram. So in my case, I would use vertical. And you can edit settings for all clips, so do the same thing. So not a lot of settings here. So we can split, turn it into landscape or vertical mode, the speed, the position. So for example, if this guy didn't grab the position correctly, you could position it somewhere else. See how I positioned this? Just in case it didn't grab the person in the middle or he's moving around, etc. All right. So it doesn't track it in this case, right? And then you get clip words and social media posts. Now, I'll go through the rest of the things that this has, but let's go into the Minvo editor so you can see the difference that this one has. Now, Minvo, on the other hand, has a ton of settings. And basically, you can see from the timeline here at the bottom that you get a whole lot of things that you can do. So let me click play really quickly.
When I was a kid, I used to love Blockbuster, and there were thousands of them.
Okay, again, you got music options, you got a lot of styles. For example, you got your presets that you can save. You got your text options here. For example, the title, the font, the alignment, the case. For example, I'll click on font, and here's the fonts that it has available. So a lot of options: alignment, case, line height. I got your presets here that you can use. Just click on these, several of them available. You got your colors, so if you want to change them when you select the presets or text, etc. You also have different settings for the captions. So again, you got presets for captions, you got colors for captions, text, animation, and the advanced settings. So a lot of settings go there, right? The brands that you want to add there, like your logos, etc. You got your music options. You can use music like the library that they have already, or upload your own, intro, outro, and the background. Now, in this case, when you change the position, so let me show you over here. I've changed it to vertical mode, no, horizontal mode. In this case, it doesn't add anything here on the background. So I would have to add a background here. And if I select something and I want to blur out because I don't want it to overtake the actual video, it's not doing it. So there's a bug there. And I can upload my own image from here, right? So let me go ahead and get rid of that. And again, I can select individually these right here, and I can stretch it. I can make it shorter, etc. I can change, for example, this section. I can change the position from here to here really easily. So it's much easier than doing it over there on Video Tap. And you have the presets right here. There's also the half option, which is not ideal for this, but it has the option. The third, which I don't like also, but you got the single one, which I do like, right? And I'm going to set it back to center, which is how I like it. Now, there's a magic options because it has a magic editor, things that you don't have over there on Video Tap. Now, I'm not going in favor on one or the other because I do like both of them, but I mean, you got to give it hands down to Minvo because they provide all this for you, right? You got Magic Frame, which can auto frame and focus on the speakers. So if the speaker is not always in the middle, in this case, this video, the speaker was in the middle, but if not, it would track it, which is way better. You got Magic Cuts, which can cut filler words and silence these sections. You can see how it's silenced because you can view this here. For example, the Video Tap video, it's 44 seconds, and on the Minvo one, it's 38 seconds. Why? Because it cut those in between, which could be much better and appealing to have a more engaging video, okay? And it does it automatically. And you can go ahead and readjust these by stretching it and moving it shorter, etc. So it's super easy to do. You got magic emojis. In this case, it only added one emoji, which is around here. Here we go. Here's the emoji. That was added automatically. So I'll click play on it.
Nostalgia.
There's the emoji. And you got magic media, which can add auto B-roll or GIFs in between. In this case, I didn't do it, but you can do that. There's a magic emphasis, which can change colors, make it bold, italic, like it did right here. Another thing that I like is that I can select the words right here. And if I want to make it supersized so it stands out, I can do it really easily. I can add emojis, fix a typo, change the color. And I can also do this by clicking on the word down here. I can do a line break before, line break after, supersize emoji, fix typo, or skip the word. So a ton of options here on Minvo. So when it comes to the editor, hands down, it beats it. The thing that I disliked about Minvo is that when you made this, it should add a background like it did over here, which I really liked. That makes it really stand out. So if I click play on here.
The 90s. And we listed it in something unexpected.
Well, you view the background and it looks better. But did you hear that there were some pauses there? It should have removed it. It should have an option here on Video Tap so it removes those changes. So I don't have to split and delete that section in this case like I would do here. It would do it automatically here on Minvo. So when it comes to the editor, hands down, Minvo has got you covered, okay? And when it turns out the end product, when it does it practically automatically, I think Video Tap does a better job in that case. Now, when it comes to bugs in these two, first of all, on Video Tap, it didn't auto-generate the bunch of clips it generated with over here on Minvo. For example, I made these two manually from the transcript, okay? So if I want to create a new clip, here we go. I select the transcript. For example, I want it to be from here to here. And then I go ahead and create the clip like I did in this case. It didn't generate the auto clips. On the other hand, Minvo did generate a bunch of clips for me. Let me show you, which are called moments for them. Here we go. Let's load it up. Here's a bunch of moments For example, when they talked about the Barbie house, the X-Men house, the elevator experience everywhere, etc., it created a bunch of clips here, and I can go ahead and continue and edit these. So I can start off from here because it already generated here. Now that should be done over there on Video Tap, but right now it's not working. I don't think it's a big deal right now because they acknowledge it and they're gonna fix it. So do consider that, all right? You also have the transcript here where you can select scenes from the transcript and create and go start editing over there. And you also have the option to write. Now, once I got here and write, we're gonna talk about the extra perks that we get with each one of these. Well, with Minvo, you get this writer. So it adds an AI writer based on the video that we have right now. So basically it's telling you that we can ask about this video. We can ask for titles, tags, what is it about, whatever, a post, a blog post, etc. That's something that you have extra here in Minvo. And practically that's it. So video editor and the AI writer. When we talk about Video Tap, you get a lot more things. So first of all, you got your blog, which is also auto-generated here. It generates the blog based on this video. So it writes it for you and you can export this post right there. You also have the blog options here, AI rewrite, the generate, download, and share all from here, right? Another thing that you have is social. So you got social posts that you can start tweeting right here based on that video. So auto-generated, you got your transcript. Same thing goes with Minvo, nothing fancy about it. And the settings for this particular video. So kind of little extra things that you get over here on Minvo. And you got some integrations that you can connect your YouTube channel, which you can't do over here on Minvo. So if you ask me, I think Minvo wins this one hands down. Right now, like I said, the lifetime deal is gone, but it might come back. So I'll be leaving the link to these two deals so you can check them out in case they come back. In my personal opinion, I mean, it's pretty clear the winner is Minvo. But if you ask me if you should get Video Tap or Minvo, if you don't have the opportunity to grab Minvo, I do recommend that you grab Video Tap. Do be aware that you have a 60-day money back guarantee, so you can test it out for yourself. In case you don't like it, just go ahead and refund it. And just a recap, remember, these are the two videos that I generated. I'm going to leave them here at the end, so don't miss out on them and watch them.
When I was a kid, I used to love Blockbuster, and there were thousands of them all over the world. But today, there's only one Blockbuster left in the entire world, and it's in Bend, Oregon. Call the store manager up about listing the Blockbuster on Airbnb, and we decided that we would make the interior feel just like you're in your friend's living room in the 90s. And we listed it, and something unexpected happened. We tapped into a sense of nostalgia, and it went viral. Now, to this day, the store manager still tells us that she gets calls from people asking if they can sleep over at the Blockbuster. When I was a kid, I used to love Blockbuster, and there were thousands of them all over the world. But today, there's only one Blockbuster left in the entire world, and it's in Bend, Oregon. So we call the store manager up about listing the Blockbuster on Airbnb, and we decided that we would make the interior feel just like you're in your friend's living room in the 90s. And we listed it, and something unexpected happened. We tapped into a sense of nostalgia, and it went viral. Now, to this day, the store manager still tells us that she gets calls from people asking if they can sleep over at the Blockbuster.